when kids, like, we're not going to say any names, but they were here tonight.
Pop.
That just have not gotten it yet, and I'm just going to have to get me a ruler.
You're going to have to with my stick. Okay, so, do you feel like, because now co-parenting is becoming a bigger thing, like kids my age, I feel like they're maturing more to notice that it's better for you to just suck up and bear it with the other parent to make sure that your child grows up to be a stable individual. And there are still some parents out there that can't get along, or still some daddies out there that can't get with the program. But for the most part, children our age, our friends, they're starting to be more wise in co-parenting. But I wanted to ask your opinion. Do you think that there's still an unfair dynamic between mothers and fathers when it comes to co-parenting? I ask that because, like, even if he's an active father, like, how much time do you really spend with a child? Like, if they live with their mama, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like it's kind of unfair because even though you're an active dad, like, I still gotta deal with those Peter bed nights, and I still gotta deal with the nightmares. And when stuff happen at school, they don't call the daddy first. Who do they call?
They call the mom.
Exactly.
And when the child misbehave in the streets, they find the mama. They don't find the daddy. And I also feel it's unfair financially because society base what a man does for a child financially off of the amount of money that he makes, but they don't look at all of the things that
actual
a mother
expenses for a child.
Yes, a mother is providing a roof over their head. Electricity bill have to be paid. You got to buy clothes. You got to buy shoes. You got to feed them. You got to pay for field trips. It's a whole lot of stuff that they don't take in considerations that mothers have to do. Single mothers have to do financially. But all they look at is how much a man make. And that is so one-sided.
I never thought about that, though. Like, when it comes to child support, you get a base rate compared to what his actual income is. But then you got the mother. She has to deal with all the quote-unquote unexpected expenses.
Exactly.
And then also you have to constantly, because you spend like at least 80% of your time, they spend 80% of their time with you. You got to deal with the needs and the wants.
Exactly.
I never thought about it that way. Mm-hmm. So y'all men that think y'all doing something because you paying child support,
you need to come up with some more money.
Okay, so something else I want to ask you. What's one thing that your mother did, that Granny did, that you promised you would never use that tactic in parenting?
Girl, spank my kids, but that was a big old lie.
You said you ain't gonna never spank your kids?
When she used to whoop us when I used to be like, I ain't never gonna beat my kids.
But Granny can give a whooping though, chat. Oh my gosh.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can. But that was the one thing I used to say, I'm never gonna beat my kids. And another thing is, when we were kids, I cannot remember her saying to me, Pam, I love you. And I used to always tell myself, every day I'm going to tell my children that I love them, because I need them to know. Because I grew up not knowing, because she never said it. She took care of us. She took good care of us and made sure that she could give us some of the things that we want. We was always fed. She always washed our clothes. She did what a mother was supposed to do. But out of her mouth, I cannot remember hearing her saying, I love you. And I promised myself that my children were going to hear that.
So, do you think that's a cultural thing? Because I know that Granny and Grandma, they grew up kind of sort of around the same time. And we were talking about this with Daddy's side one time, and two of our aunties actually pointed out like the same thing about Grandma. Like, they never noticed her. She did what she was supposed to do as a parent, and she was very attentive to them, but she never verbally expressed affection in that way. You think it had something to do with like the time that they grew up in?
I think it was, because I remember my mom saying that her mother never said those things to them. They just did, as mothers, they just did what they were supposed to do, and I guess the kids were supposed to know by the things that the mom did to take care of them. But that is something that people need to hear. A wife needs to hear her husband say to her, I love you. I care for you. I think that you are attractive. Your children need to hear from you. You are beautiful. I love you. That's something that people need to hear. You're not only supposed to just, your actions should match what comes out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. So, I know me and Tashana dealt with insecurities growing up when we got to that age where we were like, oh, boys liking us liking boys. And you were actually okay with us having guy friends. Mm-hmm. Did you ever have any of those issues with the boys? Like where they had insecurity problems with themselves?
I don't think so. Because those boys had some really good men to talk with, to tell them about being a man. You know, Brother Brooks was a really good influence on Michael.
Shout out to Uncle Willie.
Yeah, he was a really good influence, because there were things that Michael was talking about with Brother Brooks. I didn't even know he was talking about it with him until the subject came up. He said he had said something about a girl one time, and how he's supposed to treat her. I'm like, who told you that? And he said that Brother Brooks had said it to him. And I was like, oh, well. I said, you talk to him about stuff like that? And he said, yeah, all the time. So he had some good people in his life to guide him in the right direction. I think about the people that I done had surrounding me and all of you guys in my life. And it says, I've always heard people say that it takes a village to raise a child. I had 4 children. I had to have 4 different villages. Because it was different people that I went through. With each child, it was different people that I went to for different things. It was different people that added things to your lives. I think God and all the people that were in my village, that are in my village, for everything that they have added to y'all's life, to my life. Because without them people, I don't know where I would be. I really, really don't.
Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 biological grandchildren, and then you have an additional 3 grandchildren. What advice do you have for their mothers?
I don't know. I'm prejudiced against their mothers because I do feel like I think Mimi is a good mom. Her children are a little on the spoiled side, but I think for the most part she manages her time really well.
She's so good with time. I was talking about that the other day.
Time with, and she's always making sure that they are learning.
Mm-hmm.
She always makes sure that she takes them out and stuff like that. With the other two moms, they don't have good time management. When you don't have good time management, you have chaos.
So basically you just want them to maximize their time.
They need to maximize their time. They really do. And anything I feel like anything that is a distraction for a child should be taken away from him. If he have a phone, it's a distraction, take it away. If he have Nintendo games, all those video games and stuff like that, that is a distraction, take it away. The most important thing for a child is his education. He should be learning something new every day.
Okay, so what advice do you have for Black fathers?
To get on their job, and I have one son right now that needs to get on his job. He with two of his children, he is an absent parent.
Oh snap, I lied. You got 5 biological grandchildren. I'm sorry, baby. Ooh.
Yep, you left her out. It's only one of his children that he is really, really active in that child's life. He is a very good father to that child. He have some things that he could improve upon himself, but for the most part, he's always there for her. He makes sure that she have her clothes and everything in school, anything that she needs, he makes sure. But the other two, he's not like that with them, and that is very unfair, and I don't like it.
Child, it's a true Black mother for you. She getting her kids together on air. She got it on tape. Getting her kids together. Well, I must say, Mommy, I enjoyed our conversation today. And I thought you was going to cry.
I thought I was going to cry too, but I held it together.
I'm glad you made it through. We gotta get you back on the podcast again. I know you be laughing when you be hearing us talking.
Girl, sometimes y'all wake me up in there and I be like, what in the world is going on in there? Especially about that Judy thing. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh my gosh, no, but we gotta get you back on. We're gonna talk about some men next time.
Oh Lord.
Do you want to share your social media? I know you only have Facebook.
I only have Facebook. I have Snapchat too.
Yeah, but you don't use it. You want people to be on your Snapchat, Mama?
Girl, you know I am illiterate to a whole lot of that stuff. I know how to take cute pictures.
Oh, okay. So if y'all got my mama looking for a new daddy child. So if y'all got some single men out there between the ages of 32 and 50, then you can follow. I'm gonna put a link to her Facebook page. My mama cute. Don't sleep on her. So and she, like I said, she
was no new daddy. No, don't say that, Pooh. I'm not looking for no new daddy.
Oh my gosh,
girl, no.
Okay, so I think we're gonna call it a wrap. Mommy, I just want you to know that I know I'm your buck wild child, but I appreciate you. Your wisdom, even though you feel like I don't always take it. I appreciate your sternness and your honesty that you have with me. And most of all, I appreciate the fact that you allow me to be myself.
Well, I appreciate in you that you were not a hard child to deal with. I appreciate